They say that once you go goblin, you gonna be hobbling. And seeing how something ate all our timber shrooms again, it's time that we force them to go goblin. The culprit was most likely the hidden mechanoids that are the emus. Emus, as we all know, are the communists of high bird society. His name's probably fucking Carl or something. An emu would be named Carl. Another emu, not emu, was found at the scene of the crime. Dick walked in there like a fucking gangster and we gave that commie prick a harder pounding in the ass than a lifelong Democrat. And we took no damage because we're fucking gamers. What the hell is grass? But we finally secured our new growing area. Commie Carl will have to find another means of sustenance. Suck it, Carl. I swear, if something eats my wood again in a non-sexual way, I'm gonna rate all my guns based on mouthfeel.
If you are concerned about harming yourself or others, get immediate help.
Now, like a Jewish New Yorker, we'll perform more mining. Mine goblin these nuts. Okay. I'm sorry. We're digging out an area to create a new goblin hospital. Turns out that the insects are not at the top of the local food chain, as a destroyed nest is discovered in the fog. Probably those fucking murderous emus, dude. Speaking of emus, a red fog descended upon the colony. It looks cool, but it's those commie bastards' favorite color. On a brighter note, a bulk goods trader arrives, and we can see about selling our first organs. Our current stock isn't anything to write home about, but it's money nonetheless. And it allows us to purchase some much-needed materialos. Our new drugs lab is ready, and once we grow the required mushrooms, our ability to harvest organs will meet its full potential. It's so good I'm getting a little pee-pee-tee-pee. Our smithing research has completed, and I remembered that basic furniture was also completed a while ago. So, some new sleeping accommodations are slapped down to make our gobby gyats a little more cozy-wozy. We'll then begin researching electricity. Techno Goblins! Gotta happen. And this is the first step. Plus, it'll be nice to have some real lights. Yeah, mushroom and goblin dangler lights are cool and all, but damn it, I want to see that cooch pooch in its fully lighted glory. Our gobby's magical potential continues to increase. I really don't think I'm doing the Rimworld of Magic mod justice. Maybe if I made the whole playthrough revolve around it, it'd be cooler. But with something like Organ Goblins, Vanilla Psycast Expanded would be cooler. Heck, nothing at all would be cooler. But these ghost pups are pretty dope, so I can't complain too much. Our comfy beds are ready and the goblins squabble amongst themselves. Dick is, quite naturally being a dick to Frizz, while old Vernon wants to rizz her up by talking about the connection between machine intelligence and sexuality. Must be talking about vibrators. Goblin vibrators! Probably got spikes on them. Gobby's got that rough rawhide cooch after all. You need a monosword to pierce that puss, bubba. Nothing short of a hellfire missile will make that butt sneeze. Anyway, as I was saying, our new bedrooms are quite awful, but it's still better than being a Disney adult. But even with awful bedrooms, our organ goblins have a good night's sleep. They're just so damn happy all the time. If this is living in luxury, then their childhood was probably messed up. Like this fucker was probably brutally beaten as a child. After coming home 2 minutes late from the school ball game, Daddy cut a switch and whooped that ass, like a Filipina mom. Then Uncle Buckley came into your room and rubbed some calamine lotion on it. Yeah, he would be named Buckley. That's a creepy uncle name for sure. Comment down below if you were abused as a child. Okay, I'm sorry. That was dark even for me. Hey, our hospital is ready, and it's green as fuck, just how our gobbies like it. And a new food storage area is set up to prepare for our electric revolution. But we'll still install some shroom lights in the awful bedrooms. Gotta stay planted, firmly connected to our roots. I'll whip out my penis to get another jelly pot at a neighboring hive. The bugs, showing themselves to be true homies, chased off little penis to protect their bulbous buddy. Some random wanderers approached with a few meager goods to trade. This will be the start of our blueprint collecting quest. They don't do much, but it's basically free research. The tech they improve is completely random, so it's rather hit and miss. Just like how I beat my wife when she's juking and jiving. The Toxoid pack then shows up with a raid. I was hoping they'd run into the Wanderers, but that unfortunately wasn't in the cards. Good thing we have a new hospital. Really brings out the green in their eyes. Our wealth is now at the monthly price for a studio apartment in New York City. Well, unless you're a migrant, of course. But we'll dig out our new storage room while we wait for the Toxoid boys to press their attack. Ah, here they come. So Dick yells World Star and charges in there like a Polish man who's gone 3 hours without ingesting any alcohol, cutting them down like some sort of goblin samurai. Should've gave these gobbies weeb weapons and named one Condoleezza Rice, a true Asian warrior. Since we don't have that much medicine, I tried to save the raiders for imprisonment, with varying results. One of them was successfully captured, one was carved up like a Christmas ham, and one was taken to our pleasure room and dissected for their juicy man bits. We got far too many organs, I think. So the mod settings were once again tweaked to try to find balance. But hey, we got organs, so yay. But now we're completely out of medicine. Not yay. To prepare for our future use of goblin-made shroom medicine, jelly was taken off the menu for eating entirely. It had the texture of a cum shot anyway, so I don't think it'll be missed that much. Just like the prisoner that we murdered in cold blood. Why? Well, I don't remember why. Maybe we needed more meat. Fuck, I don't know. I also renamed our jelly pot to Jelly Belly. It's cute. We're goblins. Of course we like cute things. We're goblins. Of course we eat hearty dick. God, I hate those people. Well, hate is a strong word, but I really want to rip out their organs. So we mine steel, cast our eyes on a beautiful aurora, and then are presented with the opportunity for a great many organs. A faction bombardment was taking place in the nearby tile. These damn colonizers are at it again, though I doubt we'll see many blankets on the battlefield today. Not being able to resist the potential profits, a caravan is organized and promptly sets out. Tasty little faction bombardment, looking all submissive and breedable. Time to bring the grissy. Time to, swoop in like some sort of sexual predator. Electricity research is done, and we'll now go into complex furniture. The age of comfort has truly begun in earnest. Construction plans are laid out for the protected goblin power sources. Goblins can have power. It's fine. That's what Season 9 of Goblin Hunter is all about. Advanced goblins and elfry. I'm not lying when I say this, but we arrive at the faction bombardment, and they're turning this map into Palestine. Oh, I don't see any parachutes though. Ah, must be the Ukraine. That's the one I wanted. Crazy lack of CIA agents though. Oh well. They're turning Rimworld into Call of Gooby. Yeah, though not nearly as gay as Call of Duty. I mean, we have goblin pride bullets too, but that's about it. Can't dress up like goblin whore rappers though, unfortunately. Since there's nowhere for us to hide on this map, we begin digging a safe space into the mountain. The fleeing faction takes pot shots at my dick, but as insanity consumes the outside, with still warm corpses laying in the field of Coom, we rest soundly inside our tight little cavern hole, waiting for the victorious faction to grab their bag so we can pilfer the remaining goop. Now, I do have a mod that lets us carry more weight, but I don't know how much a kilogram even is. If it's anything but freedom units, my anti-communist brain can't fathom it. Well, alright, let's think about this for a second. If 1 kilogram of cocaine is 2.2 pounds, so then 1 kilogram must be equal to 2.2 pounds. So I can do it if I think about the communist metric system in relation to how many illicit cocaines it equals. Well, that won't help me with finding out what the fuck is a kilometer. Unless... how many lines of cocaines in miles? If you have 1 kilometers of cocaine lines, 0.62 miles of blow my nip. Along with a various assortment of goodies, we bring with us every wounded person we can get our grubby little gobby middies on, with a great success, is what I would say. But you see, I'm retarded. I thought I had installed a mod that automatically tended any wounded people in caravans. I quickly found out that I did not, and they started dying within my very grasp. As they died, my ability to carry stuff diminished, and we were promptly stopped in our tracks. As any good goblin would do, we left their mangled corpses on the side of the road and dropped stuff to meet our target weight. It was only after the fact that I remembered I could have made camp and at least saved 1 or 2 of them. But as I said, I'm retarded. So anyway, as we await the caravan's return, we'll dig out an ideology worship room, finish our research, and begin learning machining. We then had an enemy fall from the sky. It was one of our own, a hobgoblin. So we killed her and hung her lifeless corpse on a meat hook in our dark, dingy food room. Then, as if granted a chance for redemption, a do-over of sorts, we were hit with another transport pod crash. This time with an auto join feature. But Bubba, we out here bringing that red rum. Not only is red rum murder, but it's also a perioidal pussy's juice. Just leave the tamp in the puss till it pickles and strain it into 3 parts water. Got you some good old-fashioned red rum, Bubba. What am I saying? We killed her, and a boomalope had a beer. Nice. So a nice barrier was made for our fridge to exhaust the heat from, and our caravan finally arrived safely at home, with lots of goodies in tow. Though no toes in tow, but hey, you can't always get what you want. Luckily, it was nighttime when they arrived, because they came in at the worst possible spot of the map, and they had to slink by the sleeping insectoids. But danger like this gets me excited. Shit got me leaving snail trails in my wake, as I rubbed my ass vigorously on the carpet to rid myself of the worms. What worms? Don't you worry about the worms. And the sweet swiggity swag was delivered, and promptly equipped, and just in time too, because my dick wants a new style. It's important to mix things up every meow and again for the ladies. And may I present to you the apex of Oregon Goblin Society, our Techno Goblins. Well, sort of techno. I'm calling it techno, so I'll say to you what I say to women in the park. Shut up and just go with it. Don't mess with the Oregon Goblins, dog. And apparently Dick just wanted a pube trim job. No longer wanting to be a hairy go-boosie. I respect it, which is a perfect segue to today's video sponsor, Manscaped. Nah, I don't have any sponsors. No company is based enough to handle this hot, spunky action. Well, maybe a Waffle House, but I'm too scared of them, so pass. I then took a quest to watch 2 toxalopes for 8 days, because there was a boiling gene pack, which grants immunity to heat. I thought a heat immune goblin sounded cool, so fuck it, why not? Almost as if it was a sign from the gods of Rimworld. One of the toxalopes was named, that's right, Gussie. Oh, Bubba, could it be more perfect? No, it can't, so stop asking. Makes me think Rimworld has become sentient. Now that's scary. Be a sad day when machines take over, but not nearly as sad as that little chimera girl in Full Metal Alchemist. Oh god. Too soon! Then I changed the style of our newly acquired techno gear to better fit the goblin persona. It's hideous and amazing all at the same time. Like when you start to jerk off to an ugly chick just to realize that it's actually an ugly feminine dude. But you're already squatting there, throbbing cock in hand. The internet's shoddy and you already spent 15 minutes loading these 200 pixels. I mean, boys, gun to your head, what are you gonna do? It's an impossible decision. Though to be fair, bro's ass ain't that bad. Thanks to our newfound swag, our wealth has never been wealthier, and with these new fancy room upgrades, we'll live the life of true luxury. We then finish machining research and will go after air conditioning, since corpse preservation is a highly advantageous capability. And now I gotta tell you, I hate when Rimworld just creates a relationship out of thin fucking air. Clursast's fiance shows up out of the blue, hasn't written or called in fucking months. Bro's even a baseliner, making our dear sweet Clursast a fucking race traitor. At least Vernon hates his ass. Dude's so gay he was probably born in June. If he was born in February, he'd be a little more tan. Speaking of tan, a group of rabid desert tortoises turned manhunter. We released the hounds and that was that. Then, unlike Britain, we got our air conditioning and then went into goblin construction. Remember, gotta stay true to our roots. Our timber shrooms were finally ready. After ages of commie-ass bird sabotage, we learned more blueprints and then had a devious goblin-style idea, accepting a group of refugees to stay with us for a while. We then lured them into our ideology room, after stripping them of their weapons, of course, and proceeded to ambush them, a perfect sacrifice to our goblin gods. Ah, an ideology room set up just the way a goblin should have it, with humans slowly bleeding out on the dirty floors. We had to murder them. It's like when your homie bends over in front of you and just starts blowing starfish kisses. What else can be done but to untie that balloon knot? That's right, nothing. Now we offer this lonely corpse a choice. Would you rather be stuck in a room with a man or with a goblin? All the dumb bitches will probably say goblin cause mans be rapey, ooh ooh. Then they'll proceed to get their organs ripped out of them via newly made holes. GG bitch. Still less brutal than a fucking bear, you retard. There's still a lot of organs, so the mod settings once again were tweaked. As you can see, we're taking decoration tips straight out of Hillary Clinton's fall catalog. Couldn't afford the Trump corpse though. To be fair, she wasn't able to add that one to her personal gallery either. Huge! So with 5 corpses recently hacked and gobbled, our organ supply is at its peak. Limbs, eyes, hearts, lungs, brains. Bubba, we got it all. And soon we'll have advanced lights too. Gotta keep up our glowy cave motif after all. So I'd say our organ goblins have really came into their own. We got bodies. We got organs, we got man flesh. Plenty of natural resources, and our first goblin shroomy medicine has been produced. With how well they're all working, we'll carve out some larger rooms for them to embrace a more lavish lifestyle. Now when they're butt burping, the stank has more room to diffuse. And Vernon begins a glorious storytelling session, much like what I'm doing with you cats, as Peanut is telling jokes, with no punchlines apparently. Also much like what I'm doing with you cats. But it is great when you can stand there and smile at your own penis. Our power production facilities were also completed and ready to connect to the cave. We then had a ritual opportunity, the Fiesta of Eating, which is supposed to happen at a piece of technology, and we learned from it or something, I don't really remember. But it wasn't working. Alas, something was broken, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So, Nix that idea. However, with the seasons changing, the cold weather began rolling in, and soon our shroom growing capabilities would come to a grinding halt. Not only are the normies, the bugs, and the commie-ass mechanoid emus in disguise after us, but Mother Nature is also a goblin racist. So we thicken up our walls for insulation, just in time for winter to begin. It's 16 degrees outside, Bubba. Just as we learn advanced lights for our gobby glow-up, we'll then go into batteries. Soon, my beloveds, soon we shall be true Techno Goblins. And we'll move all the furniture into the new swaggy bedrooms. All we need now is for a group of grown men to dress up as women and pretend to be Jesus. Yep, that'll make things better here. Unfortunately, goblins hate the gays, so that won't happen. Hey, whoa, I said goblins hate the gays, not me. I love the gays. It feels great when another man tries to fuck me. Makes me feel like a true liberal. But the people I hate the most are the... And as our outer grow zones became too cold to continue growing, another transport pod crashes. It was tainted meat. What would happen if you eat cancer? Would you get cancer? Is it like AIDS? Yeah, I don't know. Tell me down in the comments below what happened when you last ate cancer. Anyway, we'll of course murder him and take his organs. And Penis puts our gussy in the shuttle to blast that gussy straight to the stars. Hauling that gus. Bubba. Almost rather do that than pack an upper deckies in, know what I'm saying? No, okay, actually, upper deckies win. I don't know what came over me, boys. I'm so sorry. But we can now have a heat immune goblin, so that's cool, I guess. What's not cool is our ideology room doesn't want to be dirty no more. So we rip up our old room's floors because wood is still incredibly hard to come by. And now with batteries handled, we'll jump into microelectronics. For there will be nothing to stand in the way of the organ goblins. Not when we duct tape goblin vibrators onto our arms and become true Techno Goblins. Oh yeah, Bubba. We'll be able to blast right through Chewbacca's dingleberries with those bad boys. But anyway, thank you all for joining me, and a special thanks to the members of the Cheesemonger Society, whose dingleberries I'd like to blast through on my way to their tight little gus. I'll catch you cats on the flippity flop, and as always, I love you, bye.
Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world over you. My tongue is my word. Your words will never let me disappear.